Hello, and welcome to this 4th grade episode of Math Matters. I'm Miss Ott, and today we are going to learn about adding and subtracting decimals. For today's lesson, you will need a pencil and some paper. Go ahead and gather those materials now. Today, you will be learning to add and subtract decimals. You will also have opportunities to communicate your thinking and be a critical and creative thinker by thinking about what you know about numbers and how they relate to each other. Would you rather be given 800 pennies or 3 $1 bills, 10 quarters, 12 dimes, and 22 nickels? Take a moment and think to yourself about which you would prefer and why. You can use your paper to write down anything that might help you make your decision. Maybe you thought about the value of each set to help you make your decision. Since there are 100 pennies in a dollar, 800 pennies would be equivalent to $8. There are many ways to think about the value of the second collection. Here is one way. Since there are 3 $1 bills in this collection, that is a value of $3. There are 10 quarters. I can think about 4 quarters as a dollar, another 4 quarters as a dollar, and the 2 quarters that are left over as a value of 50 cents. That means that the 10 quarters are worth $2.50. The 12 dimes can be divided up into 10 dimes and 2 dimes. 10 dimes is equivalent to a dollar, plus the 20 cents from the 2 dimes. That gives me a value of $1.20. 22 nickels can be thought of as 20 nickels plus 2 nickels. 20 nickels is equivalent to a dollar, 2 nickels is equivalent to 10 cents. That gives me a value of $1.10. So now I can see the value of both collections. 800 pennies is worth $8. The second collection is worth $7.80. So which collection would you rather be given? Some people might choose the 800 pennies because it's worth more money. However, 800 pennies would be very heavy to carry around. So some people might choose the $7.80 just because it's lighter. Money is one way we use decimals every day. I will share this math story with you. As I do, imagine what is happening in your mind. I have wrapped a gift and need 4 meters of ribbon to create a bow. I have 2 pieces of ribbon. One is 2 1/4 meters long and the other is 1 75/100 meters long. How many meters of ribbon do I have in total? If I join the pieces of ribbon, will I have enough to create a bow? What operations might you have to do to solve this problem? Do you think we will need addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, or a combination? What information do we know from the problem? I know that I have two pieces of ribbon. One is 2 1/4 meters long, the other is 1 75/100 meters long. I also know that I need 4 meters to make the bow. So what do I need to figure out to answer these questions? I need to know how many meters of ribbon I have and if it will be enough to create the bow. To see how much ribbon I have, I will need to add 2 1/4 plus 1 75/100. One way to do this is to think of place value blocks. In this case, one flat will be the whole. So how might we use these blocks to show 2 1/4? The two wholes will be represented by two full blocks. The 1/4 will be represented by 1/4 of 100. It can be helpful to think about quarters. Since it takes 4 quarters to make $1 or 100 cents, and each quarter is worth 25 cents, I can see that 1/4 of 100 is 25. How could we use these blocks to represent 1 75/100? The one whole would be represented by one full block, and we would shade in 75 out of 100 to show the 75/100. Can you see what the sum will be when we add the two numbers? When I put the 25/100 or 1/4 and the 75/100 together, it makes another whole. I can see that we have 4 meters of ribbon. So do we have enough for our bow if we need 4 meters? Yes, we do. Let's change this problem slightly to make a new problem. The other day I was at the store and found a new gift for my friend that I liked better. I brought it home and had to wrap it in a different box. Now, I need only 3 48 meters of ribbon to make the bow. So how much ribbon will I have left over? We can think about it as a subtraction problem. What is the difference between 4 meters and 3 4800 meters? That will tell me how much ribbon I will have left over. I'd like you to work out this problem either on your paper or in your mind. The pictures on the screen might help you. We are still thinking about one whole being equivalent to one flat block. Go ahead and work it out now. Here's how one student thought about this problem. Since one flat is equivalent to 1 meter in this story, he first removed the 3 full meters that it took to make the bow. He knows he still has to remove 4800ths of a meter, and he still has 1 full meter left of ribbon. He first thought about the 4/10ths in the 4800 meters. So he took the full flat and removed 4/10ths of it to see that there are 6/10ths left. Then he removed the remaining 8/100ths of a meter, and now you can see the full 4800ths of the meter in red, and see that we have 52 hundredths of a meter left in green. So there are 52 hundredths of leftover ribbon. One way to be a critical and creative thinker is to think about the steps we took to solve the problem and connect them to the number sentences that could be used. As each picture and number sentence appear on the screen, describe where the numbers are represented in the picture. For example, in this picture, I can see the 4 represented by the 4 green blocks. I can see the 3 represented in the 3 blocks that are removed. What numbers from the problem do you see represented in this picture? The red represents the 4/10 that I will take away. I can see that it leaves me with 6/10 represented by the green blocks. What numbers from the problem do you see represented in this picture? Now I can see all 48 hundredths removed in red, and the green shows me what is left, 0 and 52 hundredths. Today, we represented adding and subtracting decimals with pictures and numbers. Did the pictures help you understand the numbers in this lesson? Perhaps they did, or maybe you thought that you could have solved these problems without the pictures. You'll have a chance to do that in later lessons. What are you still wondering about after watching this lesson? Thank you for watching today's 4th grade episode of Math Matters, where we learned about adding and subtracting decimals. I'm Miss Ott. I hope you have a great day and keep on counting.